What's up, everyone? This is Joey Blush Response, and I'm here with SINEE for my masterclass. This is a little bonus video with you where I'm going to break down the track Bahamut from my album Sprawl that just came out on Artifact Records. So with this track, at the time I had been listening to a lot of music from ambient producers like Steve Roach, Robert Rich, Michael Stearns, etc., and I was just really into the philosophy of living with sounds long term, and I wanted to explore long form tracks like 10 minutes and above that could grow over time in subtle ways and mutate from one to the other. And then I had the idea, what if I combine this ambient exploration with something more kind of dance groovy, and how could I mutate a song from ambient to dance and then back to textural ambient. I was watching an interview with Anthony Baldino, who's a producer I really admire, and he mentioned that he always starts with a drone. So keeping that in mind, I made a drone from the 4MS ensemble oscillator. And this was a very simple thing. I modulated the ensemble oscillator with an LFO and had it going through the noise engineering Desmodus Versio reverb, and then put that through Black Hole. And it was one of those things that once I got this going, I was like, all right, I instantly have a vibe that I want. Perfect. I started building around that. I wanted to get the Pulsar in. So I got the Pulsar 23 in, and it had this immediately this weird organic quality to it that you hear. It's like animals running through a forest or something, or digging. And I was like, all right, we're in that zone. This is where I want it to be. Then I thought, okay, if this track is to evolve over a long period of time, I need to have multiple elements and multiple sections. So I started thinking, okay, the first section is this textural section. What is the next section when the beat comes in? So I needed a sequence for that. So I went to my Instruo CSL, made this bass line. Very simple, bit of stereo spread from Brainworks Stereo Maker, ping pong delay. That's section 2. And then I thought I also wanted something I could hand play, because I had been really inspired by watching Steve Roach's Time Room live streams, where he's just playing whatever synth of his with a ton of reverb and other elements going on for a while. So I hooked up the Quantum, Waldorf Quantum, sequenced by my Ableton Push 3, and I was just playing it. And you'll be able to see it in the video of me doing it, that I'm always going back to Push 3 and playing it. And this is a Quantum patch I made, making heavy use of its internal effects as well as Black Hole and a shimmer reverb from Ableton. What's up, everyone? This is Joey Blush Response, and I'm offering a masterclass through SINEE, where you can learn everything there is to learn about my production, how I route my gear, setting it up, recording it, doing the jam, editing the jam, overdubbing guitars, philosophy behind what I do. Anything you want to learn about me, it's gonna be in there. So check it out, and it's available now on SINEE. And then all coming together. So we go from right here, building the organic animals digging, to we have some movement, things are building. The kick drum is from my modular, I believe from the Assimilator, one of my personal samples. The rest of the percussion coming from the rhythm. Weird snare texture, filtered hats, another snare type thing, cymbals, and another kick from the rhythm to do like a more 808 saturated type thing. And then here we're onto the third section, the most impactful dance music section. And for this, I took my Intelligel Cylonic Cycle Box oscillator. It's a cool wavetable FM oscillator, very rare, hard to find these days, but it was one of the early ones in Eurorack. And I made great use of it. A bit of delay from Valhalla delay. Simple sequence. And also had the Steady State triptych on it, doing comb filtering stuff. And As far as I remember, the Rossum Panharmonium was on there too, doing the more pitch shifty stuff you hear. And that's comb stuff is the triptych. So you put that all together and then playing. Back to the sort of lead-in rhythm part with the, and then back to the ambient until the fade out. And right around here, I was messing with the Instrual CSL and I came across this like formant type sound. Right. Or maybe it was before. Yeah, right here. So that was a happy accident, and when I heard that, I was like, all right, let's tweak that out for a while. Instrual CSL, great oscillator. One I've done a review of. And yeah, in terms of sends, here I have an OTT with Soundtoys Devil Lock on top. I got Black Hole, of course, Ableton Delay, got a little drum reverb from Valhalla Room, and Shimmer from Valhalla Shimmer, and that's the whole track. So thanks for watching that. If you're interested in more, I'm going to be offering a full masterclass with SINEE, where we go in depth in my studio, covering every element: hardware setup, gear use, instrument choice, output and input routing, MIDI setup, going through my Ableton template and showing you how I do everything from effects to routing to this and that, and then also from scratch beginning a jam, demonstrating putting together elements of the jam, doing the jam, and then editing afterwards. So you can get a full look through my entire process from start to finish. If you've been wondering how I do things, how I create, this is the place to be. This is the way to find out. Every detail is answered. You see intimate details of my plugin settings, what I'm using, what filter, why I'm using it. All these things are in there and more. So yeah, if you're curious, that's the place to be. I hope to see you watching it.